Good Wednesday afternoon to you. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. They represent 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. You're looking at the Vantage from GO 16, looking down at what is Category 4 Hurricane Michael, just getting ready to make landfall near Panama City, Florida. This will take a track through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and then dump off the coast somewhere north of Cape Hatteras, south of Norfolk, Virginia, and then continue on a track that'll take it south of Cape Cod. It looks like its winds, its wind fields, and primarily its rainfall will stay south and not exhibit tremendous amounts of rain for us. However, we have other fish to fry, and let's get right to that. Utility impacts for this period will be nil or close to. Showers with some sparse lightning strikes are possible Thursday late afternoon across southern and western portions of Vermont. Cooler autumnal air mass will arrive and linger in place Friday, and this will last into just about all of next week. Good project weather is kind of every other day. It'll be again the rest of today, Wednesday, also reoccurring on Friday. Looks like a little bit of shower activity on Saturday, so we had to take that out. But it looks like lowered confidence for Sunday could be another good project weather day. The tropics, of course, very active right now with several tropical cyclones in progress, but no threat to local or even regional utilities this period. Beyond this period, some potential for frozen, freezing precipitation across our local higher terrain, and more tropical threats for next week. Temperatures this hour are up near 80 degrees, and that has one more degree to go up and set a new record at the Burlington International Airport. We could see others follow, and so we have record-breaking warmth working in around this Bermuda High pressure system. This is pretty far north latitude for this time of year, and it's unusual to see such a strong push of warm, mild air. With that flow coming in out of the southwest at surface and aloft, you can see one weather system here. This is a cold front, and on its northern periphery, it's been producing snow. This will be tracking through the Great Lakes and then into Quebec. It will just produce a frontal boundary, an occluded front, that'll work across Vermont during Thursday. That could bring us a little isolated, sparse lightning strikes again across mainly western portions and probably southern Vermont having the best chance. Now, once that moves on by, autumnal weather will work back in. This is the latest European model, so we can see here, and keep your eyes on the track for the most part here on Michael. And right there it dumps off the coast and continues to stay to our south. So, concentrating on Vermont, we have this quasi-stationary frontal system to our north that's well up into Quebec. And then we have the actual frontal system, the occluded front, that's pushing in across our neck of the woods here, providing us with much-needed rainfall once again. And some of that moisture is being stripped off and applied downstream to that frontal system. That moves on out of here, it looks like, on Thursday night. And then we're looking at drier weather for Friday, the next best project weather day. We have a little system here that's going to move in for Saturday, provide us with a little bit of cloud cover and sprinkles. Saturday is not looking quite as good as it was. However, Sunday we have this area of higher pressure ridging in on its northern periphery. And by the time we get into Monday of next week, Sunday I should say, we have a better weather. And then Monday we got this next frontal system. And awful cold weather on its northern and western periphery here could mean some snow showers or flurries across our local mountains, and some of that trying to make a run down into the valley floor is probably not sticking. Looking at the GFS ensemble centered on Montpelier, Vermont, you can see mainly two areas here during the day on Thursday, and then we dry out. One little potentially something along about Saturday, and then down the road a piece you see another potential for more precipitation here. This is the GFS ensemble. And total amounts here, looking at that black line, is about 1.35, 1.4 inches. And that's the total amount that's going to fall over the period, it looks like, on Thursday. Look at the Weather Prediction Center. You can see the heavy rainfall along that stripe here, that swath, which is associated with Michael. But we have other issues. And take a look at this too. This is Sergio that's going to be coming ashore from Baja and then into New Mexico. But this is our other storm track that we're seeing, the baroclinic zone. Cold enough to snow in some of these locations with some pretty healthy precip. This will not take place until after this moves on by, and it'll be the next couple of systems next week that begin to deal with that. Looking at daily maximum min temperatures, you can see on the left, that's our daytime high for today, and then tomorrow's high, and a pretty good drop-off. Very sharp, strong cold front to take place, moving in some much cooler air aloft and even at surface. And you can see that down the road a piece, along about the 14th, we're looking at the morning of the 14th, which would be Monday, cold enough for frost, according to GFS Ensemble. The European definitely agrees with that. And where does that air mass come from? Well, it's this particular area covering a wide area of the country now. It's warming up on the west coast, the Pacific Northwest. Still relatively warm today, of course, but that's going by the wayside. 3 days later, you can see how that transitions and covers a wide area of the country. Again, we're looking at much colder than normal temperatures here for a shot for about a week to 2 weeks. So here's that colder air again, looking at the climate reanalyzer, and here's our current warmth, and you can see what's going on in the Arctic well above normal. Some of that into the North Atlantic around that cold blob. Greenland's kind of cold, but much of Eurasia and Asia, Siberia is very warm. In the Antarctic, you can see what's going on, some cold next to warm. So for the world, we're around 0.4 of a degree above normal Celsius. Northern Hemisphere at 0.8 of a degree above normal. Southern Hemisphere is neutral or 0. Arctic is running at 3.8 degrees above normal with Arctic amplification, as you can see here. This is what's melting out the ice. The Antarctic is the other direction. You can see a cold anomaly and interior sections, but it's a little more of a mixed bag. The tropics running about a half degree above normal. In the tropics, of course, we have Michael and the latest advisory showing wind gusts, or excuse me, sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. The wind gusts are probably up around 170, 180, so this is a hugely dangerous storm, Michael. We have Leslie out in the middle of the sort of east central Atlantic. No real issues to land. Category 1 has been going back and forth. And we have Tropical Storm Nadine. Nadine right now is forecast to move into slightly colder water, get sheared and weaken, and then move back toward the Lesser Antilles eventually. This is the most important issue, 50% chance of a cyclone formation over the course of the next 5 days. And this would be another system much like Michael, more than likely in the Western Caribbean, and either dumping across the Yucatan Peninsula or heading into a position into the Gulf coastal areas. This could take a track up like this again. We'll watch it. And again, you're looking at Hurricane Michael just about getting ready to make landfall on Panama City, Florida. Good luck, folks. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.